Welcome to the channel. If you'd like an anecdote for how dysfunctional Manchester United are, here's one. You hire a manager, there's not been a manager for years, to work for you on a temporary basis for 6 months on the proviso that they will have a 2-year consultancy. So essentially, you hire a manager that's probably not the best available manager because after that 6 month period, you'll use his expertise for 2 years to change the club and to upgrade the club. You then, after 6 months of not getting in the Champions League and having major issues with players and performance, you then sack him. So you don't get the 2-year consultancy out of him, but you have the 6 months of disastrous management. So there you go. That's Manchester United, and that's the story of Ralf Rangnick. I feel sorry for Rangnick. I really liked him. I thought he was a breath of fresh air, and I think he probably is a football genius. But I think United are a hugely dysfunctional club that's been ran in such a bad way under Ed Woodward's tenure, by the way, that it's really hard for one man to come in and change that culture without huge backing. And Ralph obviously didn't rate a lot of the players. He didn't rate the attitude of the players. And I would say that he's probably right. He probably was very undiplomatic, if that's a word. And he told it as he saw it. He obviously had major issues with the Greenwood issue, not signing a striker in January, issues with maybe dropping Ronaldo, sending people like Van der Beek and Martial out on loan, not really having many forwards towards the end of the season. And if United have put any type of run together at the end of the season, they would be in Champions League. But this has been a disaster. But as I said, I don't rest it at the door of Ralf Rangnick. I think the players refuse to play for him, and that also tells you something very worrying. Erik ten Hag has got a big problem. Roy Keane said it like 3 years ago that these players will throw anyone under the bus, and they will. They have done consistently. So what ten Hag needs to do, he needs to clear them out slowly, and he needs to get his own men in there, his own players in there, his own backroom staff. And yeah, it's just disgraceful. I mean, the theory is that now that Rangnick's gone, Ten Hag's going to have more freedom. I wouldn't bank on it. I know categorically for a fact that Ed Woodward was vetoing certain players, blocking certain exits. Like, what qualifies these people? United have got non-football people in charge making football decisions. They've also what qualifies John Murtough? Like, what qualifies him as a director of football? What contacts does he have? What success has he had in the past? He's not an elite football director. He might be a great guy. He's another Glazier appointment. He's another person who won't rock the boat, just like Ole Gunnar wouldn't. And that's what they don't want. That's why Rangnick isn't there, because they want people that won't rock the boat, that don't expose them for what they are. They want to spin propaganda bullshit to us about star signings. You want to spend about £80 million net a season, finish fourth, and then spin garbage social media shit. We're not... Listen, United haven't been close to the title in 9 years since Sir Alex left. Not even close. There was a period of about 2 weeks in about 2020 in January where we were top of the league in January and we fell away. We've literally done nothing for 9 years, and they're looking to manage the decline of Manchester United. As long as they can extract their dividend, they don't give a shit. So ultimately, people that call them out, like, listen, Mourinho's obviously like, you can't say he's not an elite manager. He called them out. They didn't like it, but he was essentially right about the centre backs. Rangnick's called them out, and Ten Hag's obviously come in and he's trying to be positive, but I don't know what's going to happen, but it's a shambles. It's an absolute shambles, and I really don't know why we're not moving to buy players at this point, because even the number of players that are leaving, Matic, Mata, Pogba, Lingard, Cavani, that they're all leaving on freeze, and maybe other people are leaving as well. You might have about 10 to 12 people that are leaving, and there really hasn't been any movement. You need to buy some players quickly, and you need to get some players out. But anyway, Rangnick, I think he's a great man, great manager, great director of football, great club builder. Probably not a great manager, to be fair. That's probably wrong. But they didn't like it, and they don't like the truth being told because they want to have PR. This is a PR operation worse than 10 Downing Street. This is worse than Dominic Cummings and Boris Johnson. Promise you. Don't subscribe to Man United social media because it's a all load of shite.